The Honorable Supreme Court of India has taken the suo motu cognizance into the much in news ruling of the Allahabad High Court regarding a minor child case. And the ruling of the Allahabad High Court was very much in news because of the statement that has been said. And now the Supreme Court of India, after taking the suo motu cognizance of it, has said that the ruling of the Allahabad High Court was insensitive and inhuman. Hello and welcome to the In News series section of Drishti IAS. I'm Aisha, and in today's episode we will be talking about the Honorable Supreme Court and what the Supreme Court of India said on the Allahabad High Court ruling, and then what is the suo motu cognizance. So first of all, about the points of discussion, news, then what the Supreme Court of India has said, what is the suo motu cognizance of Supreme Court of India, then what is POCSO Act under which the case was registered, what are the different features and provisions of it, and in the end a prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 2, that is polity. So the news talks about Supreme Court takes suo motu notice of the Allahabad High Court order, and the Allahabad High Court order is regarding a case that the mother of a daughter has registered a case, and the case was registered under the POCSO Act because the girl or the daughter is a minor, that few men has not behaved well with the girl. And then when the case reached the Allahabad High Court and the ruling of the Allahabad High Court came, then the ruling or the words of the Allahabad High Court is what has been in the news very much, and these words was so much in news that now the Supreme Court has taken the suo motu cognizance of it. Now, what is the suo motu cognizance? First of all, in very simple terms, if I tell you, then it means on its own. So, the Supreme Court of India has taken this case on its own, looking into the picture which was going on and the media reports and everything which was going around the case. So the Supreme Court of India has taken this case on its own, and this very much is a part, or you can say this very much comes under the aspect of judicial activism also. So the Supreme Court has taken this case on its own, and then now what has happened is that the Allahabad High Court has given the order on 17th of March, and few of the things which went very much in news was that the Allahabad High Court has said that mere grabbing the breast of a minor victim and breaking the string of her pajama to bring down her lower garment are not sufficient facts. They are not sufficient facts to draw an inference that the accused persons were determined to commit rape. Now, the point of not sufficient facts, what has happened with the girl, they were not sufficient facts to say that the accused were determined to commit rape. And now, looking into the things which went around these ruling of the Allahabad High Court and the media reports which were coming and the people were talking about this ruling. So, the Supreme Court, on the part of judicial activism and taking into the case on its own, and that is why it is known as suo motu cognizance or the suo motu action of the Supreme Court. Now, what the Supreme Court has said, that the Supreme Court has said that the ruling of the Allahabad High Court is insensitive and is inhuman, and the Justice B.R. Gavai and A.G. Masih was looking into the case, and they said that we are at pain to say that some of the observations made in the impunged order, they depict a total lack of sensitivity on the part of the author of the judgment. Now, these are the exact words of the Supreme Court of India, and when the Supreme Court of India or the High Court of India says something, then you also need to actually note it down in the same sense so that the meaning of the statement does not change, and that is why it is under double inverted commas. So even the Supreme Court of India is saying that the ruling was insensitive and inhuman in nature. March 17 judgment was not authored at the spur of the moment, but it was given after 4 months. So it is not that when the case was filed or when the case came up before the Allahabad High Court, it then and there gave the ruling. No, the court has given this ruling after 4 months. Then on January 2022, a woman filed an application in a POCSO court in Kasganj, Uttar Pradesh, seeking direction to the police to register an FIR against 3 men for rape and criminal intimidation of her daughter. So what became important for us from the exam respect is, first of all, that the case was registered under the POCSO Act, and second is what is suo motu cognizance, because these are the things which will be which can be directly asked in the examination. So first of all, about the suo motu powers of the Supreme Court. So that is authority of a court to initiate legal proceedings on its own. It means it did not, even if the case is not filed in the Supreme Court and the case is either in the district court or in the High Court, then also the Supreme Court, if it finds that the case needs attention, then the Supreme Court can take up the case if that is going very much in news, or on the part of the judicial activism, or on the part of the media reports that are coming, and the case can be with regards to any kind of human rights violation or the fundamental rights violation. So it is about basically Supreme Court taking action on its own. And Article 32 and Article 226 of the Indian Constitution, it talks about, or it lays down the provisions for filing the PIL, that is the public interest litigation, in Supreme Court and High Court respectively. So the suo motu cognizance is also because of the PIL that are being filed into the Supreme Court and the High Court. Supreme Court under Article 32, that is writ petition. High Courts under Article 226. So Article 131 of the Indian Constitution talks about that Supreme Court with original jurisdiction over any dispute which arises between the states, that is on one side there are state and on the other side also there are states, or between the center and the state. It means on one side is the center and the other side is the state. Now this comes as the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court. It means only the Supreme Court can give, or only the Supreme Court can take these issues. The article gives the Supreme Court the power to take up such cases straight. It means it is very clearly, the Article 131 is very clearly saying that the Supreme Court can take up cases straight. It means that Supreme Court can take up cases on its own, instead of going through a lower court or reviewing a lower court's judgment. So the Supreme Court does not need to go through the district court or the High Court. It can straight away, or it can directly take up a case. So the judicial activism or the suo motu cognizance of the Supreme Court of India comes from the Article 32 and also the Article 131. 32 with regard to the writs and the PIL also. Then suo motu actions by Indian courts are a reflection of judicial activism, that whenever the court or the higher judiciary thinks that some case requires attention, so the Supreme Court of India can directly take up that matter and do not have to go through the other proceedings. Now coming on to the POCSO Act, and POCSO Act comes to the picture because it is the POCSO Act under which the case was registered. So POCSO Act came into effect on 14th November and the year was 2012. So that is basically the prevention of children from sexual offences. So preventing the children from any kind of sexual offences. So whenever a minor, whenever we say minor, it means any person who is below the age of 18. So the child is considered below the age of 18, and 18 is also the age for women in India to get married, the official age. So it came into action in the year 2012 and enacted in consequence to India's ratification of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child in the year 1992. So India has also ratified it, and the POCSO Act is administered by the Ministry of Women and Child Development. And basically what it does is, it addresses offences of sexual exploitation and sexual abuse of children. And whenever we say children, it means below the 18 years of age. So if any child is minor and it is gender neutral, it means it does not talk only about the male or the female, it talks about both. So it says a child. So child is anyone who is below the age of 18, male or female, anyone. So it is gender neutral in nature. So preventing a child from any kind of sexual abuse. Then child as any person below the age of 18 years, it is gender neutral in nature. And then the storage of child pornography material has been made a new offense. So if anyone is watching the child pornography and is also storing that child pornography into one's own phone and is also sharing that content with someone else, so that is also considered a offense under the POCSO Act. Now, what are the key provisions? Key provisions, first of all, we just discussed that it is a gender neutral legislation. Child is considered as any person. It does not mean only a female or a male. Then comes the non-reporting is a crime. So, reporting now has been made easy. It is not that only the individual can come and report. Now, the report can be registered by an institution also. And if anyone is aware about the report and is not reporting, so that is also not correct. So reporting has been made easy. So any person in charge of an institute who fails to report the commission of a sexual offense involving a subordinate faces punishment. So if anyone is aware about any kind of sexual offenses being done with a minor, so that needs to be reported. Then no time limit for reporting abuse. A victim may report an offense at any time, even years after the abuse has occurred. So it is not that if the abuse has occurred today, so the victim needs to go then and there only to the police station to report the case. The victim can go afterwards also, but it is preferred that the person, if can go as early as possible, so that is considered good. Then keeping victim's identity confidential. The Act forbids the disclosure of the victim's identity in any form of media unless authorized by the special court established by the Act. So the identity of the minor must not come in public. It should be restricted so that because see, the victim in this case is a minor who is below the age of 18 years, and many a times we have seen, and it is also seen, that if the identity of the child is disclosed, then it becomes difficult for the person to actually go in public, or it becomes difficult for a child to see people talking about him or her openly about things which the person might not be very well aware about. Now imagine a scenario in which a child who is of the age of 6 to 7 years and something wrong has happened with the child and the identity gets disclosed, and the child is not completely aware about what has happened with him or her. So that in that scenarios, things becomes difficult for the child or the minor. Now about the initiatives to curb child abuse. So what are the different initiatives that has been taken by the Indian government till now to curb child abuse in India? So few of the initiatives are Child Abuse Prevention and Investigation Unit, Beti Bachao, Beti Padhao, the Juvenile Justice Care and Protection of Children Act 2015, Child Marriage Prohibition Act 2006, Child Labor Prohibition and Regulation Act 2016, and the POCSO courts under Special Fast Track Courts. So these are few of the initiatives that has been taken by the government of India to curb child abuse. Basically, it is to prevent the child is someone below the age of 18, not to indulge in any kind of activities where the child or the minor can come in front and can deal with the child abuse. And now what has happened is that the age group of 16 to 18, anyone who is below the age of 18 is considered a child, but the people or the children who are age group of 16 to 18 and are consensually involved in a activity which is considered to be offensive under the POCSO Act might also feel the brunt of the POCSO Act. So the age group of 16 to 18, it is not that a person who has committed a crime and is under the age of 16 to 18 and that is consensual, so that person will also be under the scrutiny of the POCSO Act. But there are few of the issues also associated with the POCSO Act, like for example is the investigation part. The investigation part under the POCSO Act is one of the issues which the POCSO Act goes through, because the investigation part might take a lot of time, and many a times it has also been seen then that the investigation part is not properly performed, and then there is the lack of female police. So if the minor is a female, then the female police needs to take the statement, and many a times we have seen that the female police is not present at the spot, and then there is lack of awareness with regard to the POCSO Act. So the POCSO Act awareness needs to be increased, and also with regard to people opening up and going to the police stations to register the case. So few of these things, and one of the very important problem is the behavioral solution that people need to follow, and also this is one of the aspects which can force people to open up about if something wrong is happening with any child, or if something wrong is happening with the child in the house also. So these are few of the issues with regard to the POCSO Act. And now in the end, a prelims question, and like always you people need to tell me the answer in the comment section. So the question is, the right to approach the Supreme Court for constitutional remedies is given under Article 32, Article 226, Article 131 or Article 141 of the Indian Constitution. We have discussed this in the video, so give me the answer in the comment section. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading, keep writing and keep subscribing to the channel. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.